In the world of Southern gospel music, certain names carry not only a legacy but a sound rich, rooted, and anointed. Tanya Goodman Sykes is one such name. Born into one of the most influential families in gospel music history, Tanya has carved out her own voice, full of grace, passion, and timeless beauty. A blessed beginning, Tanya Sue Goodman was born into gospel greatness. She is the daughter of Rusty Goodman, a legendary singer and songwriter who helped shape the sound of the Happy Goodman Family and left a permanent mark on Southern gospel with songs like Who Am I and Leaving on My Mind. Growing up surrounded by music and ministry, Tanya was nurtured in an environment where singing was more than performance. It was worship. Her early exposure to recording studios, church revivals, and concert tours molded her love for harmony and lyrical storytelling.
I love a good story, and this is a good story here, starting with you, Tanya, and your sweet daddy, Rusty, who was a very, very good friend of mine, a great songwriter. And I was talking to you last night. Your dad sang with Howard and Sam in the beginning, and his sisters.
Yes.
This was before Vestal. I think the first time I saw them was in 1948 down at the Ryman. It wasn't necessarily my kind of sound, but there was a lot of joy going on up there. I don't know who was singing what part.
There was a lot happening.
There was a lot happening on the stage. And they sang for about 3 or 4 or 5 years. And then Howard and Vestal went back to pastor church. And then your dad, I think, went to service, didn't he?
Yes, he and Sam both went to the service.
In what branch of the service was your
Army.
dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the Army.
He was in Korea.
And then when he came back, as most gospel musicians, he found himself a quartet. Somebody needed a bass singer.
He was with the Plainsman Quartet for a few years.
Yeah.
Sang a little bass.
When I think of the Plainsman, I think of that movie, what was it, Way Up North?
North to Alaska.
North to Alaska.
Yes.
And for people who are movie goers, the bass singer on Way Up North. You know, that was your daddy, right?
That was.
Yeah.
That was my claim to fame when I was in grade school. That's my daddy singing that.
He was just a good singer with a wide range. He could sing low notes, but he also was a great soloist.
He was.
Finding her voice. While the Goodmans were known for their powerful quartet sound, Tanya developed a softer, contemporary tone. In the 1980s and 90s, she stepped into the Christian music scene with a more inspirational and worshipful style. I always knew I'd sing, but I wanted to bring a fresh voice, something gentle but rooted in the same faith my dad sang about. Marriage and ministry. In time, Tanya married Michael Sykes, a respected singer, producer, and musician. Together, they became one of Southern gospel's most talented and tender-hearted musical couples. Tanya Goodman Sykes and her husband Michael Sykes have shared more than a lifetime of music. They've shared the blessings of family. Together, they are the proud parents of 2 daughters, Mallory and Allison. Tanya often speaks about her daughters with pride, reflecting on their strength, their kindness, and the joy they bring into her life. Whether volunteering, cooking, or simply being together, Mallory and Allison reflect the deep family values Tanya holds close. Now a grandmother as well, Tanya's legacy continues to the lives of her children and grandchildren, a quiet, beautiful harmony that plays just beneath the music. A family legacy continues. Tanya's father, Rusty, passed away in 1990, but his legacy lives on, not only through his classic songs, but through Tanya herself. In many ways, she became a living continuation of the Goodman story, honoring the past while walking her own path. Gaither Homecoming years. In the 1990s and 2000s, Tanya joined the Gaither Homecoming family, a gathering of gospel legends and newcomers led by Bill and Gloria Gaither. Her voice found a beloved place among the greatest in gospel music. Whether performing solo or in trio settings, Tanya brought warmth and elegance to the homecoming videos. Her rendition of classics like He Touched Me or I'll Meet You in the Morning touched thousands across generations. Songwriting and producing. Like her father, Tanya is also a songwriter. Alongside her husband Michael and in collaboration with other artists, she has helped create music that uplifts and ministers. Faith through the storms. Like every Christian artist, Tanya has faced trials, grief, health struggles, and the pressure of legacy. Yet, her faith remains unshaken. She continues to minister not just through her music, but her life. Still singing, still standing. Today, Tanya Goodman Sykes continues to sing, record, and minister, often with her husband Michael, through concerts, studio albums, and special events. Her voice still carries the same sweet assurance it always has, that God is faithful and grace endures. Tanya Goodman Sykes and Goodman Revival. Beyond the stage and the spotlight, Tanya Goodman Sykes has dedicated her life to ministry, music, and family. As a member of the legendary Happy Goodman family, she carries forward a rich legacy of faith and song. In 2013, Tanya, alongside her husband Michael Sykes and longtime friend Johnny Minnick, formed Goodman Revival. This trio aims to revive the timeless classics of the Goodman family, while introducing fresh interpretations to a new generation. Their debut album, Songs in the Key of Happy, released in 2015, features beloved songs like I Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now, Until You've Known the Love of God, and Who Am I? The trio's harmonious blend brings a contemporary touch to these gospel standards. With a shared history steeped in gospel music, Tanya, Michael, and Johnny bring authenticity and passion to their ministry. Their music continues to inspire and uplift audiences, honoring the legacy of the Goodmans while paving the way for future generations.
I've heard them sing, he paid the price and Jesus bore it all. I've heard them sing, I'm coming home, and to hear the Master's call. I've heard them sing the modern songs and the songs of long ago. But Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, is the sweetest song I know.
A legacy of love and light. Tanya Goodman Sykes was born into gospel music royalty, but she has always chosen to walk humbly in faith, using her God-given voice not to seek applause, but to point to the one who gave her the song. Born into a heritage of gospel greatness, Tanya has never relied on fame to define her. Instead, she chose faithfulness to her calling, to her husband, to her children, and to the God who gave her the song. From the echo of Rusty Goodman's legacy to the love she shares with Michael Sykes and the joy she pours into her children and grandchildren, Tanya's life is more than music. It is ministry. And as long as hearts need healing and souls need hope, her voice, gentle, true, and spirit-filled, will always have a place in gospel music history. I hope you've been blessed and inspired by this beautiful story of Tanya Goodman Sykes, a woman whose life and legacy remind us that when faith leads, the song never ends. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more inspiring stories from the Gaither Homecoming friends, celebrating faith, family, and the music that continues to touch generations.